This report is brought to you by the NRSF, the National Road Safety Foundation. It's an organization that's all about encouraging teens to be safe drivers. That's why they sponsor a series of Drive Safe PSA contests across the country. This one takes us to the state of Georgia.
That's right. And since we're still following COVID restrictions, the production team traveled to Covington, Georgia via the internet. Mary Lou, the producer, and Alan, the director, met the winner of the Drive Safe Georgia PSA contest, Duke Smith, along with his mother and his teacher, Mr. Harty. As usual, the director walked everyone through the script for the PSA. But then there was a pleasant surprise. Thanks to Mr. Harty, Duke was already very familiar with video production.
I take film and engineering from him, so we make a lot of movies and stuff.
We use a curriculum that's put out by the Georgia Film Academy. So, everything from camera to sound to electric, grip, sets, hair and makeup, costumes, that sort of thing.
And there was one more surprise. Not only were Duke and Mr. Harty very knowledgeable about producing videos, Duke School had a fully equipped camera studio. Joining us now from Georgia is Duke. Hi.
Hey.
The focus of this year's Drive Safe Georgia PSA contest was on speeding. Tell us about your idea.
Well, I just knew I wanted to try and make something a little bit sad so it actually impact people's days and have a really good contrast between the fast car and the kids sitting alone in the room.
Yes, your concept was to intercut between scenes of a young boy quietly writing a letter at his desk at home and a car speeding down the road. Tension builds as the PSA keeps cutting back and forth between the boy and the car, until at the end, we finally learn that not only was the driver killed, but that he was someone the boy knew. Did the concept come from something that happened to a person you knew, or was it just something you thought up?
Fortunately, no, it did not come from anything that happened to any of my family members or people I know. It was just kind of a sad idea I came up with, of something sad that could happen if people were to not drive safe.
As I mentioned earlier, the production team was thrilled to learn you already had experience making videos, and that the PSA could be shot in the studio at your school. And they were quite impressed at the set you guys created. Mr. Harty gave the director and the DP in New York a quick tour.
So this view here will kind of show you the way we've set up lights and things like that, and we can obviously tweak that with your recommendation.
Then the team met the students who would be working on the PSA. Mr. Harty's son, Ryker, was the actor. Lorilei would be operating the camera. Jaden was responsible for marking each take with the slate.
Scene 1, shot E, take 17.
Chris is the technical director.
Nice to meet you.
That's the person responsible for switching between the cameras. And of course, Duke, you had the most important role of all. You were the director on site. Tell us how that worked.
It actually wasn't as hard as I thought it would be because I already knew all these people on the crew really well, so we were able to communicate well. And I was basically calling the shots on when we would move things around, and I had a lot of help from Mr. Allen and Miss Mary on that too, about moving the props around in the frame and framing up the shots right.
Let him pick up the pen and just put his hand down on the paper as if you were about to start.
Scene 1, shot A, take 2.
Action.
Good. Looks like if you just angle the wheelchair a little bit to your right, that would do it.
You clock it.
Yeah. Okay, to me, that's better.
Fine, let's go with it. Bring the pad closer to Ryker. Just slide the pad closer to Ryker. And now put your hand up towards the end. There you go.
Yes, okay.
Does that work for you, Rick?
Yes.
So, Duke, are you happy with how it went?
Yes, sir. That's a wrap.
In addition to what you captured in the studio in Georgia, the New York team picked up some exterior shots on their own, and then they edited the PSA. As your final director's task, you have the honor of revealing to our audience the finished PSA.
Roll the PSA.
Flowers wither away, but they return in spring. Cuts bleed, but they eventually heal. So will the broken bones in my legs. But the pain from the invisible hole in my chest will never go away. Because I'll never see my brother again, and I miss him. If only he hadn't been speeding.
How do you think it turned out?
I thought it was really well done. I thought it ended up actually super good. I remember when I was originally writing the script to send it into the competition, I never really thought that. I thought it'd be a small chance that I'd actually go this far, and actually turn out that well. The production quality seemed really good, and it seemed like a real PSA, so I was pretty proud of it.
And you should be. It definitely gets the message across that speeding can be hurtful in so many ways. Congratulations to you, Mr. Harty, Ryker, and the rest of your studio crew.
Thank you.
If you want to learn about the many contests offered by the National Road Safety Foundation, check out nrsf.org. For Teen Kids News, I'm Katie.